I recorded this video today. I did. Like a couple hours ago. 57 minutes. 57 straight minutes of me talking about Spider-Man Homecoming. Did a spoiler breakdown, talked about how much I love the movie, every individual scene, every individual character. And when I went to edit the video, the audio sounded like this.
So last week it was Spider-Man Day, where we got some new look at the new Spider-Man suit that's going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Why would it happen to me? Why? I mean, my microphone's never done that before. I've never tweaked with the settings. I've never done anything but minus check that the audio's good. Why would you do that? Why? I don't know. It hates me. Life hates me. Spider-Man gods hate me. I'm not doing a spoiler breakdown anymore. I'm not breaking down every individual scene of the movie. I will only review these because I love these movies and I do want to have a review for Homecoming out on my channel. But it won't be a spoiler breakdown. I'm not spoiler breakdowning these movies anymore. Just giving a review. Because I'm miserable on the inside. And I hate my life, apparently. Let's talk about Spider-Man Homecoming. I love this movie. I've always have, ever since my family rented it from Family Video. Me, my mom, my dad watched the movie while my brother is in the movie, in the other room watching the cinematic masterpiece, Captain Underpants, The First Adventure, or First Epic Adventure. I don't know what the movie's called. I don't frankly care. I saw this movie, and it replaced Guardians of the Galaxy as my favorite movie of all time. Now, while it's not my favorite movie of all time anymore, I still adore the movie. It's still one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, and in this video, I'm going to tell you why. Now, last video that I filmed, I did the beginning of the video, just a normal review, and then a spoiler breakdown. 57 straight minutes of just talking about this movie and milking the tits out of this movie. I loved it. I love this movie. I thought it was a great video, and I'm just so upset that I went to edit it. Now I'm not doing spoiler breakdowns anymore of these movies. Just reviewing them. There will be spoilers. If you haven't seen Spider-Man Homecoming, do yourself a solid and go watch Spider-Man Homecoming. It's a fantastic movie. Also, subscribe, if you would, for my pain. Hit the like button, hit the bell, so you never miss another Spider-Man review, because I think I'm going to review No Way Home. Actually, I am going to review Far From Home, and then I'm going to review No Way Home. And if these videos do good on the channel, I'm going to do reviews for every single Spider-Man movie. With that said, 3 minutes into the video, let's redo this shit and talk about Spider-Man Homecoming. This movie's excellent. I love that it is a high school movie with Peter Parker being a high schooler, but is also a movie about him being Spider-Man. The movie, I feel, would be a fantastic Spider-Man movie if the movie wasn't a Spider-Man movie. I feel like a movie about high schoolers, you know, this kid, he's awkward, he's got friends, he's got problems, he keeps ditching on his friends for other things, and he's just trying to score the girl for Homecoming. That would be a pretty solid high school movie. But it's not without Spider-Man, and that just elevates the movie. The high school aspects in this movie are excellent. Every scene where he's at high school just has that awkward comedy, the awkward stuff. You've been in high school, right? I've been in high school, and it's awkward. I mean, I was homeschooled, so it wasn't that awkward. But man, I still can't get a girlfriend. I know how hard it is. I'm around Peter's age. Well, not 15, but I was around Peter's age when I saw this movie, and it's relatable because it's hard to get a girlfriend. It's still very hard to get a girlfriend. It's hard to be a normal high schooler, and this kid is struggling with the fact that he's Spider-Man. Yeah, pretty fun, right? So, I think the villain is excellent from the very first scene of the movie. It shows us why he became the Vulture, how he became the Vulture, and what he's currently doing. So 3 things to set up a villain perfectly. We don't have to get his origin story or anything. He's just a villain that you also sometimes can root for. I would never say I would root for him, but throughout the entire movie, it's very clear he's just doing this for his family, which is pretty solid motive for a supervillain, if you ask me. I feel like the twist is the best twist inside the MCU. I'll tell you what, me, my mom, my dad, Saturday night, sitting on the couch, sitting back, enjoying the hell out of this movie, and the next thing you know is you get that twist. It's revealed that Michael Keaton's Vulture is Liz's parents. My dad, whoa! My mom looks up from her phone. I'm sitting there, and I'm mesmerized by pure cinema. Absolute cinema. And that's what the twist was. He's just a villain that you can really like. So the high school aspects are great. The villain is great. Let's talk about the action set pieces and the Spider-Man stuff. Spider-Man stuff is great. First scene you see of him being Spider-Man is stopping a bicycle thief and swinging through the city, helping a lady. So you got the neighborhood Spider-Man stuff, and it's very clear that the story is about him wanting to do more. And his character arc, and we'll talk about this in a minute because I got pure rageful thoughts on this. His character arc throughout the entire movie is about not wanting to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and finding out that with great power comes great responsibility and doesn't just rely on a suit. That's what I love so much about it. And it's basically, he's already Spider-Man, basically a reverse Spider-Man story. We don't got the Uncle Ben's death, we don't got anything, but you do have a sacrifice. Not a physical sacrifice, but that suit, getting rid of the suit, makes him Spider-Man, makes him the Spider-Man we know in the MCU, makes him the Spider-Man that's in Avengers Infinity War, in Far From Home, in No Way Home, and I feel like this whole first trilogy of Spider-Man is just kind of setting him up for what's to come in the next trilogy, because you get him being Spider-Man and learning what it's like to be Spider-Man in this movie. You get in Far From Home, not as much plot, but you get him sacrificing his high school life to be Spider-Man. And then the third movie, he sacrifices everything to save lives. And it's a perfect character arc for Spider-Man. And I hate when people disagree with me on this. Because I'm right and you're wrong. This is a perfect arc for Spider-Man. The action set piece is incredible. The first one, not all that great. I don't like the fact when he's running through the neighborhoods and the backyards and knocking stuff over. It doesn't feel like Spider-Man. Spider-Man would not damage people's property and not do anything about it, I don't think. And I feel like when Vulture picks him up, kind of just a bunch of shaky cam nonsense that doesn't really work. But the Washington Monument scene is just an all-timer. During that entire sequence, I sat there and I was like, if I saw this in IMAX, my life would be changed forever. My life got drastically better after seeing this on my 50-inch 4K TV. Like, imagine IMAX. And yeah, it's crazy to say I have a 50-inch 4K TV. That's besides the point. That's, like, it's an all-timer sequence. The boat sequence has stakes. And then the whole final fight isn't all that great. There is some rough CGI here, but there's still some diamonds in there. Where Peter is on that, is in the rubble, and he's desperately crying for help. And you feel him lift up that stuff off his shoulder and realizes he is Spider-Man with that fake suit he has. Or when he saves Vulture, when his suit's malfunctioning and he's about to blow up, he flat out saves the Vulture and kind of shows that the Vulture, has respect for Spider-Man within there. I feel like the boat scene, like I said, is really intense. But when you get that sequence after the conversation between Peter and Tony, and we'll talk about Tony here in a minute, where, again, starts the character arc for Peter's Spider-Man, or for Tom's Spider-Man. It's a perfect character arc, and it always has been, and it always will be a perfect character arc for this first trilogy. And I don't get why people disagree with me, because it's a great character arc. How? How do you disagree with me on this? Tony in this movie is great. A lot of people say that Homecoming is just an Iron Man movie. Far From Home is just an Avengers level movie. No Way Home is just a cameo fest. No, I highly disagree, and we'll talk about that in the other subsequent reviews. But this movie is not a Tony Stark movie. Tony's just there to progress Spider-Man in his arc. Tony is there to set Spider-Man up to be a mentor to Spider-Man, but also to convince Spider-Man, hey, stay under the radar, be an obstacle for Spider-Man. He's there to take the suit away from him. And in the end, he taught Spider-Man a lesson, Yes, it's awesome to see him. I have a big grin on my face seeing the relationship between Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, Peter Parker. Great relationships and some great scenes in the movie. But the movie is a Spider-Man movie. Everything Tony's here for is to progress the arc of Peter Parker. It doesn't progress anything in Tony's arc. It doesn't progress anything in the MCU Tony-wise. He's there to progress Peter Parker. I can talk about this now, and I'm going to briefly touch on it. Like, Nick Fury's only there to set up Far From Home. The cameos are only there, but they don't get their own individual arcs. They finish out Tom Holland's arc. So I don't get why people say that he doesn't have a good arc, or that his movies are just so you can see the other Avengers and other characters, because you're wrong. You are wrong. It is a stupid take that he doesn't have a good arc, because he does, for all the reasons I described. He has an arc, and this is a perfect beginning to it. So, you got great high school stuff. You got great Spider-Man stuff. You got great action sequences. And the arc is perfect. With a great twist, a great villain. This movie completely captures everything that I wanted from this movie. Each time I watch it, it just gets better and better. Is the movie maybe a little bit too rushed at times? Yeah. The movie's funny. It's really funny. There is a lot of jokes and gags I love. I like Ned. I think he's a good addition here. I like May in this edition. I like that character. So it has all the Spider-Man stuff I love. And it just completely captures the Spider-Man magic from start to finish in what is one of the most fun and one of the best Spider-Man movies of all time. So, before I give you my final score, please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below. What are your opinions on Spider-Man Homecoming? If you disagree with anything that I said about his character arc or anything, please, for the love of God, tell me why. I would love to be inside someone's head that thinks that his character arc isn't great, because that can never be me. And now let's tell you my final score. Spider-Man Homecoming is awesome, for all the reasons I said. Great high school movie, great Spider-Man stuff, great action, great villain, and start to a perfect arc inside the MCU. This movie has way too much haters. This is a 5-star film for me. And if you dislike this movie, that'll never be me. I don't understand your brain. You might need to go get it checked out, because this is a perfect movie. Spider-Man Homecoming is going to get an A+. And technically, actually, now that you think of it, for the first time in the history of the Zach D Films YouTube channel, it is getting a Zach D Films seal of approval. Alright, it's time to turn off the video. I'm going to pray to God that the audio isn't messed up. So stay tuned for the Far From Home review, the No Way Home review, and if this video gets to, say, 200 views, 150 views, and the other ones do around there too, I will review the rest of the Spider-Man movies. Thank you guys for clicking on this one. What I said, subscribe.